the gut, right? New GM, new head coach, new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator, new QB coach for one more year.
Dude, I'm gonna do a quick response because mine will be I agree with Ty on a lot of that. I think you have to step back and
the gut, right? New GM,
figure out what works, figure out what doesn't, and get rid of the rest. Like, you know what I mean? Get rid of the rest. But I will say this about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott had one of the best seasons of any quarterback this year. Okay, the top three, again, you could do weeks 1 through 4. You could nitpick weeks. You could go weeks 4, 5, 6, and 12, 13, 1. And he had, with Brock Purdy, the highest EPA of any quarterback. All right, he was making plays all over the field all season. All right, Jordan Love wasn't. Jordan Love has had the best EPA, I think, out of any quarterback the last 5 weeks, right, where he's really started to come up. Dak Prescott for a whole season. So, and it wasn't his fault they lost. You could say it was. I mean,
I agree, Chris.
He made mistakes. Okay, so I agree with everything Ty said, minus Dak.
I also I kind of reeled in the Dak thing at the end as well, like a little bit. Give him one more season, but dude.
But he's on fraud alert, is what you're saying.
He's on fraud. He's not on fraud alert. He's on. Can he handle the pressure in the postseason alert? If I hate this, right? We don't know who's to blame at the end of the day. Like there could always be something underlined.
I know.
Don't know.
I know it.
Tell me.
I got it, dude. It's that whack-ass offensive scheme. It is no motion. It's we think we're going to line up and just play static one-on-one football because we're better than you and we have better receivers than you. Well, sorry, you went up against a Packers defense that may have sucked most of the year, but the one thing that they have always had is studs on that defense. They have good DBs, they have a good D-line, and they can go pound for pound and punch you in the mouth. And I think that the scheme that they run is lazy. They don't they have nothing that is like earth-shattering, nothing new. They don't look like the Texans playing football where they're running all these like motions and like throwbacks and all this other stuff. Like they're not doing that. They're thinking they're just going to line up and beat you. And I think that is really like an ignorant way to play football, especially in the playoffs. And it's not sustainable. You play in the NFC East where you're going to ragdoll the Commanders twice a year. You're going to ragdoll the Giants twice a year, even though you're going to lose to them. And then you have the Eagles, who are super fraudulent, who they run the most basic shit of all time on offense. So, like, I think the success that they've had in their division gives them this, like, false reality of, like, how good they actually are, where you look at the NFC North and it's actually entirely different. Like, you would look at the NFC North and be like, oh, like, maybe it's not that good of a division. That division is so competitive. Like, the Packers were not afraid of anyone at all. They walked in there and the Cowboys were not the big brother, like, at all. And they never looked at them that way. They wanted the ball first. They went and they drove down the field and scored a touchdown. Like, that's what they thought about the big bad Cowboys. And they're not scary. They got figured out. So unless McCarthy's going to go back and reinvent the wheel of his own mind and use shifts and motions and steal plays from other people, you're going to get the same shit every year like you have always gotten the same shit every year from them. And see it 12-5, first or second round exit next year. Like, that's what it's going to be.
Dang.
So I don't think it's Dak.
Yeah, you guys said, bring up some good points. I agree with a lot of them. I'm going to say this. I think that the team is too young and too talented in a division that is still kind of far behind. Like the Eagles, obviously, they should be back next year in some way. Whatever, we'll talk about them. The Giants are still going to be a year or two away from competing for that division, I think. And Washington is essentially doing full rebuild mode as well, with some fun players on that team. So I'm like, man, they don't want to give up yet and completely blow everything up necessarily. So I just think you just have to run the organization the way that an organization is supposed to be successfully run. And the Cowboys have not been doing that since the 90s. And so it's time to keep up with the Joneses. See what I did there?
I like that.
And do it a little differently. And so, like, you can't have the owner pumping up the team the week before. Like, that's not that before a playoff game. That is not your job. That is who you hire your GM for, and not even that. That's who you hire your coach for. It's a coach's job. If you want to go in, like if Martha Ford went in there, she's still kicking. Sheila's taking the reins for Detroit. But if she went into the locker room before the game and just said, "Give it anything you got, guys. For me, this has been the most magical ride of all time," that's totally acceptable. Let's go in there and like try to be the guy who's giving out the speech to go win the game. You can't do it. You got to hire someone who can and isn't afraid of the thumb over him all the time. I don't think McCarthy's the guy. I've said it since they hired him. I didn't like him in Green Bay. He got one Super Bowl out of a team that I thought should have had 3 or 4. And again, I don't know anything about him, but I just don't think that he's going to be the coach to get him there. But I don't think they should hit the reset button on everyone yet. They have a lot of 14 free agents in 2024. 4 or 5 of them are regular starters who've been there for a long time. Figure that out. Bring in an offensive genius and give Dak one more shot to win a couple playoff games next year.
I like that, John. That was really well said.
Thank you,
Got him.
Ty says,
Got him. Get rid of him, dude.
Get
Get rid of
him.
him.
We didn't talk about this yet, guys, but we play them again at Dallas next year.
Bro, I don't know if
3
we have
years in a
time to
row.
talk about it, but I am horrified. I am humidified. I am horrified of our record of our
You
lineup
shouldn't
next year.
be. You shouldn't be.
Are
Why?
you kidding me?
we
Because unless
may
we
not
get
lose,
again,
Ty,
unless
we may
we
not
get
lose a
better,
home game. We may not lose a home game.
it looks scary. I think, dude, by the way, the NFC North is horrifying.
The NFC North is young and talented. Green Bay is the youngest team. They're 32 in the NFL, and we are 28. And the Bears are top 5 in youngest teams too, and they've got a lot of draft capital. So we are young and good. The NFC North is scary.
Yeah, it is. It is. The Vikings have 30-plus free agents, so they have a lot to work out, but they've got a bunch of pieces as well.
Yeah.
So I really look at our home schedule though, next year. I'm like, dude, a lot of those should be wins, and then if you win one or two away, you're chilling.
All right.
By the way, real quick, just side note, because I don't want to get into this whole thing because it's been such an annoying narrative and people just don't understand. So I don't really want to talk about Stafford during the show, other than saying that he balled out. But he will get his standing ovation video montage. We're like our favorite player of all time in the city of Detroit next year when he goes back to Detroit with the Rams in a home regular season game. He's going to get the welcome he deserved. It was not for the playoffs. He should have been booed. Boo him and see you later.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I love you, Staff. If you're ever, and by the way, you'll never hear this because you're not on the fucking internet. But dude, yeah, it is what it is, man. It's a postseason game, bro. There can't be any love.
He doesn't know. He knows. He knows that. Maybe his wife doesn't, but he knows that was not.
Even she
Yeah,
came
that
out.
was kind of
Even
wild.
she came out and was like, "Oh, they weren't booing my kids. They were booing me." Like, haha. Like the whole thing, and everyone's like, "Oh, they're mad at him for saying after the game, I'm happy for the players and not the city." What's he supposed to say? He's competitive. He's one of the most competitive guys out there, and he just lost. He's not going to be like, "I'm so happy for the fans. They deserve it. Wow, I rolled over." Like, no, it's not the time. The time will come for an honor.
You also have to look at it from the perspective of like the experience that he had with the Lions over 10 years is way different than the experience that Jared Goff is getting with the Lions with the new coach. Like, think of some of the coaches that Stafford had to deal with. Like, that's scar tissue. think of the players that he had to deal with, like the lack of roster he had to, like Stafford had zero positive anything probably leaving that city after 10 years of just this dark ass cloud of no hope, right? Like very little hope.
Yep.
So for him to be on the other side, yeah, he may have won his Super Bowl, but I guarantee you he's a little bit baby salty that like now Jared and the rest of the gang gets to experience the fun of what could have been that he will never experience a day in his life.
Yep.
And I guarantee you that if you guys go on and win a Super Bowl this year, that will sting him. Because their run is pretty much done. Like San Francisco is going to be here for a long time. I know they have some young guys, but their defense doesn't have the pieces. Like their window came and went, and it's gone, and he's only getting older, and Kupp's only getting older. You know what I mean? Like their window is not here.
Kupp was incredibly lackluster this year. I think we can all see.
I think he's still hurt.
Yeah,
I do too.
Regardless, listen to me. Hurt.
Boy, that game.
He was a decoy the entire season.
Yeah.
Dude, it was the Puka Nacua show. It was the Puka Nacua show
What
and
a
Kyron
stud.
Williams, man. It was, first off, stud. Absolute stud. And, you know, that's super scary when you have someone like Matthew Stafford throwing to you. So congratulations to him as well. But
dude, look at what he left. Like the trade was Stafford goes there, they get a Super Bowl, but you guys got a whole new life. Like a whole
Dude,
the haul that you guys got for him.
J-Mo, Gibbs, Laporta. It's nuts.
And let's be honest, like Kyron Williams is amazing, but if Gibbs got the same amount of carries that he got in a game, like probably be looking better than he was. Like it just
Right.
So I don't know. There's just saltiness, man. You can see the salt in the wounds a little bit, and he got the shit beat out of him.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Yup, 100%.
Yeah, he's always been a warrior, dude. I freaking love him.
You know who else got beat up? The Browns defense, guys, and Joe Flacco. Question for you right now. Deshaun Watson still under contract. Played one or two really good games this year. Not a lot, though. Took a while to get going. Joe Flacco comes through, plays crazy towards the end of the year. Doesn't do great in the playoff game. They're out of the playoffs. Who do you see starting next year at the quarterback position in Cleveland?
Can I start us off this?
Yeah, Chris, please. I don't know.
Dak Prescott.
I think this is one of those things where you have to say Deshaun Watson. He broke the NFL with his deal and his guaranteed money, okay? And he's going to get the start. And you know what? I got a little nugget for you guys, okay?
I'm ready. Dude.
Nugget me.
Give me it.
Now the Rams were challenged by Ravens were challenged by your boy Matthew Stafford. All right? The Rams took him to overtime. Okay? Do you know the last time the Ravens lost?
You're
Like
watching
7 weeks ago.
my dead video.
Actually,
Like
that's not
that
true. They lost to
video.
the Steelers.
Oh yeah, that game doesn't count.
Yeah, sure.
Mm.
Anyways, let's just say that doesn't
Not
count.
all their starters. That game does not count.
Okay.
All right. It was the Cleveland Browns, quarterbacked by Deshaun Watson. I believe the Browns won 33-31.
That was the game he hurt his shoulder.
All right. And so, dude, like his last game, he beat the number one team with the number one odds to win the Super Bowl. I don't know, maybe they're a little bit behind San Fran. You know, they crushed them.
They did.
So, dude, like it's
So
gotta
Deshaun.
It's got to be Deshaun.
Kurt Deshaun, $5 million, 230
Deshaun.
guaranteed. 5 years.
It's Deshaun, but there's a tight leash. And I think the leash is, if it does not work out this year and he plays at the same level that he did for most of last year or most of this past season, like, I think you have to chalk it up. I
Yeah.
think.
And what do you do then? You try to trade him, get something for him, or you just cut your losses and move on?
I think you eat it.
Wow.
Bro, I have a question.
Well, dude, think about.
Let's just bring something in here, dude. All right. There have been. I need to charge my mouse. There have been several companies right now in the streaming world who have come out and admitted that they are no longer dealing with large streamer exclusivity deals because they're not profitable, and at the end of the day, they lose money. They don't lose. They don't lose enough money for them to leave, for that significant person to leave and go somewhere else and stream somewhere else. And that's Twitch and Facebook, by the way. Dude, hear me out. I know it's crazy in the sports world, but like, can these guys can we wake up? Why are we paying someone like Deshaun? Has Deshaun, like, what has he accomplished?
He was
Like,
very good for the Texans.
Okay.
Top 5.
Okay. So, how much was he paid again?
5 years.
A lot of money.
230
More
mil.
than anyone ever.
What
At the time.
are we doing? NFL, Cleveland Browns, what are you doing? Dude, it is like, why are we paying these guys? Look, dude, 200 million, something crazy? Look what happened to Burrow. Dude, we're just throwing money at, yes, the most important role on the team, but look, dude, you got diamonds in the rough. You got CJ Stroud, brand new rookie. He's on his rookie contract. You have Brock Purdy popping off. You know what I mean? You have Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield didn't sign a
$1 million deal, I believe, this year?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Baker Mayfield, I think it was $4 million. I think it was
All
4
incentive based?
Dude, what? And here we have Deshaun Watson. And like, guess what happens, man? Quarterbacks get hurt. Are we ever gonna bring down these numbers? Is it just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger? Because at the end of the day, man, I feel like these deals need to become somewhat like incentive based all around. Like, pay the best, pay the proven. You know what I mean? Get these guys their money. But dude, we're giving Deshaun Watson the highest paid contract in all of the NFL history as a quarterback for someone who has literally accomplished nothing his entire career.
Oh no, I messed up.
Like,
Yeah, but Ty, can I give you a counterpoint?
besides getting massaged a lot,
Can I give you a
literally,
Really
give me a counterpoint.
massaged his numbers.
Here's a counterpoint. The 3 teams with the most dead money in 2023 all made the playoffs.
What is dead money, Chris?
Meaning it's going to someone who's not on their team. It's useless money just because of business decisions, like what the Browns might have to do, what Kurt's saying. Just let him go.
Oh, good
Okay.
stat. Okay.
Hey,
they're still
Los
on.
Angeles Rams, Green Bay Packers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Playoffs. So, dude, you can still... It's not just money, and you got to keep the good guys around.
Yeah, the biggest mistake they made,
But
that
like
the Browns
Kurt
made with
said,
him
sometimes
is
it helps to cut a player even if you overpaid him.
All I'm going to say, dude, is like, what's wrong with having super heavy incentive based contracts with a base?
I love that, man. Like, why not pay Watson 20 million with incentives to make 100, to make 200? Like, that's where, in my opinion, like, again, these guys want to
I would
pay,
rather
that's-
have that. Like, dude, in any
Right.
deal I've ever made, if the incentive's not there, come week 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you just feel like the fire drop a little bit, no matter what it is. And it's like, you need an incentive.
I like the incentive. Here's the thing. I think that you want your quarterbacks. It's got to be. Dude, it has to be a middle line. There has to be a middle line with this because you need your quarterbacks to get paid. They need to be taken care of. Like, for sure. I get that, right? Like but they do need. You're right. That fire under their ass, right? Like, here you can make even more. It's got to be like, in my opinion, split right down the middle. Like, what if? Because like right now they would have saved $100 million on Deshaun. What if they give Deshaun $100 million straight up and then 100 to 250 in incentives?
Yeah.
Over the 5 years. And it's like, and guess what? He got hurt. What if he gets hurt next year? What if he gets hurt next year? You just saved 150 million.
Yeah.
Like,
And then he also got paid $100 million for doing
and he
nothing.
got paid 100 million for doing nothing. Look at Aaron Rodgers. He just got paid 55 million for a year, and he got hurt the whole season.
And he got paid. He's part of the Packers' dead money. He got paid by them too.
Yes, dude. Like, make
Yeah.
it make sense. I would suck something fierce to sign a multi-million-dollar deal, and then be like, oh, I don't have to fulfill anything of it because I hurt my hand and I still get paid. Well, actually, that kind of did happen.
I was gonna say, dude, Mixer.
Well, anyways.
Something about sucking something serious?
Yeah, man. I mean, anyways.
I heard it.
As soon as you started saying that, I was like, bruh. And then
Yeah,
you-
as soon as
and
I
then
started
you-
saying it, I was like, wait a minute.
Hold on.
This is
This is interesting.
I have one brain cell that says stop. Hey, wait.
Wait.
Hey, buddy, buddy.
This is let's look at the highest paid QBs this year. Let's do this real quick before we go onto some of these games this week, and which I'm so pumped about, because it really is hit or miss. If you hit it, you're good, and if you miss, you could be in trouble. Number 12 is Stafford.
Highest paid.
No, number 12 at 40 mil. So number 1's Joe Burrow.
Okay.
Number 12 Stafford. Goes in year 1, wins the Super Bowl, and takes a team that was projected to win 3 games this year all the way to the playoffs, and could have won multiple games if you would have been
Very impressive.
So worth it.
Chet, I'll be right
Daniel
back. We're
Jones
watching.
is next
I'll
at
be right
11,
back.
40
We're
mil.
watching.
Not
Like,
worth
come
it.
on, man.
We all knew it. When that happened, we all knew it. And no disrespect, seems like a great guy. Dak Prescott is 10th, 40 mil.
I think that's good.
So
Worth
far. So I think he was overpaid at first, but like now it made sense this year. The MVP like season outside of 2 or 3 games. Number 9, Josh Allen. I think he's worth it, right?
Worth it.
Come on.
Number
How is
8.
and this is another thing. How is Josh Allen the 9th paid? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And he got paid.
Number 8,
He's not on a rookie deal.
46 mil. Deshaun Watson.
Wait, Deshaun Watson was 46. Why did I think Deshaun Watson was like 200 million? You guys think he was-
230 total over 5 years.
And
Yeah.
guaranteed.
All
And
guaranteed.
Yeah, so 46 was just this past year. Yep.
Dude, he could buy his own island and get massaged whenever he wants.
That's what I'm saying.
No one would ever
No
know.
one knows.
250 million.
Consensual,
What is he
too.
doing?
Wow. Kyler
Oh my
Murray,
God.
number 7, 46.1 million. I think when he's healthy, he's top 10. I still do.
Bro, did you see what the Cardinals just did? Like when he came back, like, bro,
It's so impressive.
they were dominating.
him.
Their offense.
Hear me out.
looked
Hear me out.
stupid.
Hey, wait, hold on. Kyler Murray. What does he have? One more year there, if
I
that.
think so.
I would pay top dollar to see Kyler Murray get traded to the Miami Dolphins.
Yo, that would be.
Could you imagine?
That would be nasty.
Could you imagine?
I
We
wouldn't.
need to do that.
Nasty.
No, get me out. I don't want to imagine.
Where did he play? Where did he play in college?
Oklahoma with
It's
Lincoln
horrible
Riley.
mainstream.
Yeah, dude. Like, what? Can he play in the cold?
Oh, the
Yeah.
dude.
Well,
He goes up to Seattle. He goes up to Seattle
true,
and
that's
plays.
true.
Like,
I mean,
Dude, I'm just saying,
Tua
like-
was rough.
could you imagine? Could you imagine with that speed on the field, Achane, Kyler, and they kind of like spit Kyler out and like threw him to the wolves a little bit. Like, they did not commit to him like many times,
Yeah.
and he came in and balled out this year.
No.
I'm just saying, dude.
So
Some
we
world,
all
some
agree-
crazy shit happens.
We all agree Kyler worth it.
I think Kyler's worth it, and I also just want to say I think that Miami's also proven this year that speed isn't everything
I'd like to
because they
see-
had 3 of this.
I'd like to see him stay healthy.
Yeah.
Or Miami
6,
was the
Russell
Super
Wilson,
Bowl
48
team
and a half
that time they beat. I believe they
Please,
beat.
dude.
They
Not
beat
anymore.
them.
Not anymore. Yeah.
It
Not
was like
one time he was
72
released.
to something.
Number
Yep.
5, Jalen Hurts, 51
That's what I
million.
was talking about. There was going to be a
I
Super
still think he's
Bowl
got it in
team
him, bro.
this
I think
year,
you
but
give him a good coach and an offensive coordinator.
it didn't work out.
Yo, Kurt, give him the
I'm
stank
not saying he's
face,
worth
dude.
51, dude. He's getting paid more than Josh Allen.
That is crazy.
He's getting paid more than Matt Stafford.
Here's how I'm doing it right now, Kurt.
I
I'm
think
doing
it's
it
gonna be
as like, would I
Detroit.
be okay if the Lions paid this guy that amount? That's how I'm doing it in my head. I'm not
Detroit.
like comparing it to each other.
Okay. All right. Number 4, Lamar Jackson. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he earned
That's
it.
a steal.
Number
That's a
3,
steal at
Justin
4.
Herbert, 52.5 mil.
I think he's got potential.
Yeah,
I think
he
he's
does.
worth it for right now.
Yeah, he's a
Dude, it's so
baller.
hard because their whole team never stays healthy, dude. By the end of the season, he's always throwing it to
Yeah.
like a waiter.
Number 2,
Yeah.
Mahomes.
Waiter.
Mahomes, obviously, 52.65.
Yeah, pay Mahomes, dude. He's
Guy
got.
just continues to prove he's worth it in a game that, like, what are you doing winning that game after you just looked like dog water? the
No,
entire season?
100%.
Like,
Postseason comes out and they literally look
annoying.
like the same old.
What region
Yeah,
is
they look like
the
the
By the
same
way,
old
real
Kansas
quick
City
side
teams.
before we finish with the
According
last
to
one.
Wikipedia,
If
the
you look, I
Buffalo
don't think I
Bills
saw
are a
it post
professional
game, and maybe
American
it's just
football
because I'm
team
old.
based in
Maybe
the
this is just
Buffalo
how it is
Niagara
though.
Falls
Andy Reid's in
metropolitan
the
area.
locker room. Did you see the energy, the difference between like a Pete Carroll when they were going
Like
crazy a couple
Buffalo-
weeks ago after a huge
Buffalo
win, and he's
Bills.
dancing all over the place. Dan Campbell's like,
Yesterday, the Bills played the Steelers.
and then you got
The final
like
score
Andy
was
Reid, bro.
31 to
I know
16.
that. I
All
know
right,
that.
guys, good game, well done. Get rest, take care of your bodies this week. We'll see you next week. Like,
You know what their goal is, bro.
yeah, they
Right.
just knew. They knew they were winning that game. It's annoying.
Dude, business as usual.
It's annoying. And number 1, Joe Burrow, 55 milli for Joe
It's
Cool.
annoying. No.
Yeah, I think Burrow's
I
worth
still think he's a stud. I
Let me
knew
tell you-
Ty and
let-
Kurt were gonna say no.
Let me tell you why. I think Kurt, I think you're the one who came up with these stats, but someone did, and that's why they're in my head. Joe Burrow has been hurt pretty much his entire career. He had a history of being hurt in college, and he clearly has a history of being hurt in the NFL. Can't stay healthy. He's a glass, and he looks like a glass cannon. He looks like a stud. He should be a model.
No
Right,
lie,
like-
you're bigger than him, I think.
I'm 6'3", dude. Come on.
Yeah, no, you're bigger than him.
I'm just saying, like,
Super Bowl
like,
58 this year, right?
things
Is it
have to
59?
listen. Oh, okay. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, I hear you.
What Super Bowl
you
is
have
this
to
year,
you have to
58 or
look at.
59?
I'm setting new precedents, man. If you guys are about to pay someone the most amount of money you've ever paid somebody, right? He's the number one paid guy in the all of NFL right now. He's the biggest, fattest deal, whatever. What? You gotta look at everything. There has to be like checks, right? Like how many times has this guy been injured his entire career? There needs to be like 8 categories.
What year is
right?
going to be
Like
Super Bowl 58?
all of them first 4 categories, all QB stuff.
2024.
Pocket awareness, way throws the ball,
Okay.
sky,
Yeah,
like,
Super Bowl
ceiling, right? Ceiling, all that.
Right.
And then the other 4, which are important. How often does this guy get hurt? Like, what does it look like? What does it look like when he's in the offseason? How well is he taking care of his body? How, like, all these things. And if it's like check. Pay this man every single thing you can afford, right? But you're looking at him, and he's a glass cannon. He gets hurt so much, and these are things that I'd be paying attention to.
I mean, yeah.
Also his backup. What did
He's
his
played well.
backup do for what 2 or 4% of his total contract value compared to Joe Burrow's? If you can get near the same output for 2 to 4% of the input, math just tells you that maybe you're overpaying somewhere.
And obviously, his talent is unquestionable. Like,
Yeah.
I want to say that. You're sitting here
Good
looking
player.
at when he's
I think-
healthy. Chris, you've said it another time. When he's healthy, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
I think
but
if you trust your process, right, you've got to keep your quarterback. Like, if you
Right.
trust your process.
Oh,
and-
he's their guy. They just overpaid the shit out of him.
right.
I think that's what we're really saying is like, would we pay that for him? No.
I would
No.
pay that amount for him to be on the Lions. 100%.
Great, because you'd be paying for him to sit on the bench, Chris, because he gets hurt every year.
Right.
Like,
Hey.
You also wouldn't know, but and that's the other thing though. You have to think of the opportunity cost of not being able to pay somebody else.
Not with our
Like-
offensive game,
Like
Oh,
when you pay your quarterback that much, you're definitely giving up something somewhere else. Are they going to be able to afford to pay him and Jamar Chase?
Right.
Like
It is weird, Kurt. It is weird too. Like building the way that they built by drafting Burrow instead of getting an O-line first is not the way to do it right now. Build through the trenches so that when you get that guy, you can keep him healthy.
because you can keep your line for like 8 years, like
Yeah.
5 to 8 years. Where if you have a quarterback and you don't have a line, you're going to waste his first 2 to 3, and then it's like you're hoping that I don't know. It's
Yeah,
you guys have done it right with the Lions.
I hope Penix goes to a team that has a really good O-line because he has a lot of injury concerns too. But the dude's a baller.
Maybe sure
If he
to
can stay
try
healthy
for that.
and not get. I mean, Joe Burrow's been rocked so
It's
far.
still
I'll say
30, so
something.
probably
Also,
like 2
there's
o'clock.
only
About 3 hours.
maybe
hours.
Caleb. I kind of like Drake May right away better. I think there's only 2 quarterbacks that should start, that should even think of starting week 1. Everyone else needs to sit, and people need to start paying attention to the Packer way.
There's
Packers.
There's
I
at
hate- I-
least
I hate-
there's
I
at
hate-
least
Three
four
in
that
a row.
can, there's at least
Because
four
this
that can
is 3
start.
in a row, and I'm getting sick to my stomach.
It is sick. It's annoying. It's disgusting. It makes me. I hate it. But by the way, go back. Go this weekend.
Hey.
Yeah, absolutely. I have. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, I got it.
All right, guys. This is just breaking like an hour before we went live. Mike Tomlin tells the Steelers that he plans to coach in 2024.
Great.
We'll see if they decide to move on from him. So far, I believe every year that he's been in the last year of his contract, they extend him
Mike
before the season. They
Tomlin,
didn't this
that's
time. So we'll see what ends up
Last
happening.
ride.
It could be his last
Yeah,
ride. Maybe
maybe.
he gets one more year. That'll be interesting. The Bills were dropping
What if he
like
pops
flies.
off?
I know. I mean, he could.
Dude. Last ride, he pops off and he goes somewhere else with a better roster.
Yeah.
Well, they're in a bind, man, because they're only going to go as far as a quarterback takes them, and I think
Yeah.
what they found out by starting Mason
God, he's
Rudolph in
doing
that
sales
playoff game is
reviews.
that they don't have one.
That whole starting him, and I don't want to spend a ton of time with Steelers because I'm so pumped to talk about these games with you guys this weekend. But man, like, it didn't make sense that they didn't go back to Pickett. It didn't make any sense. Like, he balled out when they fired their offensive coordinator, Canada, right? Then he gets a little hurt. Then Mason Rudolph balls out. They never went back to the guy they drafted. Like, why would you not do that in one of the last few games? It's his
Right.
team. He was there
Exactly.
all year. And so, yeah, you're
Gotta
right.
wonder why they would do that.
And that makes me question Tomlin a little bit because you can't go back to Pickett now, can you?
I
For
think,
next year.
like, they don't have a starting QB.
Not to
in
mention
mind.
Pickett's not even a guy though. Like Pickett shouldn't be their starter next year. Like he's not going to win them. He's not going to do anything that they didn't do this year. They need
Right.
to go outside the building to get a guy that can elevate them.
Dude, when you have skill players
Browning.
like, and again, I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
Najee. I'm just not. When you have skill guys like Jalen Warren and Pickens and
I love you, Chris.
and Deontay Johnson, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Did you see that catch
And
Pickens
fr-
made
and-
across the
and-
middle?
I did. And Fryer Muth, by the way, too. Muth had a
Yeah.
game.
any of them look good.
But they both also
No.
fumbled. Fryermuth should not have been. That should have been overturned. That was absolutely a fumble.
I agree. I'm just saying though, like he still made incredible catches. Like they have weapons. They have. And Chris, I agree with you by the way, Najee. Like I was watching the game with my Steelers friend Matt, and we were sitting there, and dude, there were like several different runs where he just ran into people. He just ran, like he just didn't like. There's holes everywhere. He could have swept back out, went outside the numbers. He gets the ball, runs right where right where obviously I'm assuming where the play says he has to run. And it's like, and then Jalen gets the ball, man, and my man's just popping, dude.
This stream is just gonna be watching. This is stream until it's over, probably.
Like, he was, a joint bell. Yeah, I agree.
All right, need you guys' opinions on this. Jason Kelsey retires.
Yeah.
Does Travis follow suit and they go with just full-time podcasting together or no?
Yeah.
Travis came out and said no.
What? When?
Jason
He's got another.
Kelsey needs
Travis,
more
he
time.
said he's got another year.
Yeah, Kelsey said he's not retiring.
No.
Wow.
Dude, his
Travis
second,
has said to reporters he is not retiring.
his second half of the season stats say otherwise. I mean, bro, dude, he's completely. I mean, again, is he hurt? Is he?
I think he is hurt. He started the
Distracted?
season hurt. He
I don't
started
know.
the season hurt.
Well,
But
you're saying he
distracted.
started the season hurt. He was the god at the beginning of the
No,
season. He was
hold
getting,
on.
like, dude,
He said he's not planning on retiring yet. Not.
right.
He didn't say he's not retiring next year. He said right now I'm not planning on retiring.
All right, so if he wins the Super Bowl, he's retiring. If he doesn't, he might do one more year.
I think he's done. I think he's done, and they take their podcast and go crazy with some fun content next year. That's my guess.
mean,
They're
Chris
totally-
says he's
they're
back.
totally
I think
better
the
than the Manning
podcast-
brothers, by the
podcast
way.
is-
Way better.
Oh, absolutely they are, man. Because, dude, you gotta look at personalities. The Manning brothers are like, and again, I've met Peyton before. Like they're very like chill.
Yeah, they're
Right,
like
very-
they're like
they're-
two cousins in Iowa drinking Busch Light, watching the game.
Exactly.
They're
And then
yeah.
Greek yogurt.
I love that, Chris.
know,
they're
it's a
oatmeal and
healthy
Greek
breakfast.
yogurt. And
Yeah.
then you have just in my opinion, I guess dude, it's literally personal preference. What are you looking for? I would rather
Yeah.
watch people that are like funny, entertaining, and
Yeah.
they.
You want oatmeal and
And that's-
yogurt, or you want burger and beers?
I want burger and beers.
Yeah,
I want Travis
100%.
Kelce and Jason
100%.
Kelce. I love it, man. But yeah, Jason Kelce retiring, dude. It's look at him, bro. The dude's he's what 36 years old. He's got gray everywhere.
Yeah, 36.
Dude, the dude looks hurt. The dude looks like he's been carrying a bus for the last 10 years of his career.
It's like so hard.
Dude, he's not even. He's a
especially with
center.
the tush, especially with the tush push.
Dude, you know what I mean? They like imagine like you're a sim, dude. His entire endurance bar, it just got burned, you know, like completely because he just got tush pushed like 8 times a game. Dude's just completely just gone, just getting landed on by
who's taken it
grown
in the
men.
tush more than Kelsey in the last 2 years?
No
Probably
one,
no
dude.
one.
Did you hear that he revealed what he says every single time before, right when they snap the ball, he screams at the top of his lungs?
No, that's amazing.
You
What
didn't hear
does
this?
it say?
Every single time he screams, "Fuck my life."
No, he doesn't.
I
Every
love
time he said, every tush push, he screamed it as loud as he could because he knew he had to do it to get the energy up to just get destroyed by an entire defensive line.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Pain.
nuts?
That's
Good
good.
pain,
Nah.
bro. Like,
Just
just
what
like
I'm saying, he's in so much pain, bro. Like this had to have been the biggest toll on his body, and maybe he can speak to this, but like it had to have been the biggest toll on him.
you gotta
Did
think
watch
too.
the- you watch
These guys
the
all day.
documentary? Oh my,
Not
dude!
yet.
If you watch
I
the
need
Bro
to.
Brother documentary on Amazon, it is, dude.
Really good.
The way he moves, even at home, and he's talking about he's 36, right? 36 to 37, and he's talking about not being able to get down with his kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His wife was joking about it. She's like, maybe when you retire, you can start playing on the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
100%.
these linemen, dude, like, you got to think they play their game, like they play the game during the week. They don't get like a full 7 days. Like the linemen at practice hit every day. Like Wednesday, maybe not, but like Thursday for sure. Like Wednesday, Thursday, they get at least a day and a half during the week to hit. They have to practice. Where like receivers don't get hit in practice because they're just catching and like they tag off. We're like,
Yep.
how are you gonna know if you're gonna get your run block unless you're gonna hit? And it's a little easier than the game, but the amount of contact on their body over the course of the season, outside of just games, it adds up. So it's wild, dude.
100%. Guys, we're not gonna go through the entire coaching thing. We'll probably do that next week as more becomes known. But just some updates. Mayo is coaching the Patriots. That's official. Tomlin obviously plans on staying. Belichick interviewed for Atlanta. Harbaugh is talking to the Chargers. He's also continuing his extension talks in Michigan. So that's kind of a nothing burger other than that he's taking interviews. Ben Johnson is the favorite emerging for Washington right now. And that's most of the news. A bunch of other interviews happening. But I do want each of you to give one hot take. Give me one hot take prediction about any of those teams or any of those coaches. Or where you think one of them might go and why.
I think Belichick's gonna end up in Atlanta.
Really?
I like that.
I do. I think he's a quarterback away, and I think he can lure a quarterback there. And I think he can get a better OC than he's had in the past. And I think he's self-aware enough to know that he needs a better offensive coordinator than he's had in the past few years. They have the bet. He said he specifically wanted a talented roster that has underachieved. That was the number one thing that he cared about. Atlanta's roster, especially offensively, super talented. Their defense is really good already, so he just has to re-navigate that a little bit. He's missing a quarterback. He can go get one, and they're in a division that is prime for the taking. What did Brady do when he left New England? He went down to the NFC South to go win himself a division and a Super Bowl. What's Belichick going to do? He's going to go down to the NFC South, baby.
Interesting, dude.
I
love
got
that.
one for you, and it's still Belichick.
All right.
So Kurt is right. He
Belichick.
said he wanted a talented team who it underperformed. Well, what better than two that made the playoffs? Okay. Now I know neither of these coaches have
Belichick
been
can't
fired,
do nothing since they don't got
but
Tom Brady
show
anymore.
me Belichick in Dallas or Philly, fixing those defenses, and then letting the quarterbacks do what they do. He was always good when he let the quarterback take control and he took care of the defense. So, dude, that's my hot take.
I like it.
I like that, dude.
And it's super hot because neither of those coaches have been
Yep,
fired.
I like it. Ty?
Nah, I'll go last. You go, John.
Okay. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I think that Harbaugh goes back to Michigan and stays in Michigan. And if that's not a hot enough take, then give me Belichick not coaching at all.
Would I rather be?
I would love to see Belichick on TV, dude.
Easy.
Me
both.
too.
I want people.
He's
His
shown 'em
personality
how
when he
much they
opened
love
up.
Yep.
Did you see the Pat
Yeah.
McAfee? I think it was like
Yeah.
one with Pat McAfee. I was like, dude, like, holy shit, all this stuff I thought about this guy was not true.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm like bashing him any chance I can. Like, this dude, like, no personality, no, like, he has just been stone cold quiet for 20-something years on the podium.
Dude,
And he was great on the show.
Every time I see this clip, I rewatch it of when Randy Moss convinced Bill Belichick to go to the Halloween party.
Yes.
Yes,
But
it
you
was
get
so
that
good.
same vibe.
Yep.
All right, Ty.
Dude, I like. I don't know what to say, man. I like Bill Belichick going to Dallas. I don't like. I don't think Jim Harbaugh's going to go to the Chargers. From what you said, JB, that like the Chargers are kind of hitting like their cap nightmare, and why would he want to go there and just deal with like his first time in the NFL, right? Jim Harbaugh. Like, why would he want to come there and just deal with
His second. He was in the Niners, lost to his brother in the Super
Okay.
Bowl. But yeah,
Right.
he wants the Super Bowl. He does not want to experiment.
Yeah, and I don't think that they would get that there. So, John, I'm gonna tail you on. I think Harbaugh stays in Michigan.
All right, love it. Love it, fellas. All right, let's get into the games this weekend. Let's get into
Let's get into the games. I'm ready. I've been waiting for this.
I know. We make people wait for the good stuff at the end. They're so pumped. By the way, I did hit my first 4 legs of this NHL parlay. Winnipeg's also winning. The Blackhawks are also winning. I just need the Flames to step
Hey.
up and the Oilers to step up. And I'm
You see the
chilling.
plus 11? You see the plus 1100 I just hit?
I did see that,
No.
Chris. It was good. I sent him an over/under sheet, and all my over/unders missed what I put together, and he hit.
Oh,
great.
those weren't off your sheet. My one off your sheet missed.
Oh, great. I'll just go.
Those were ones that I just picked.
I'll just go F myself.
I'm riding so high right now.
I love it.
Dude,
I love it, boys.
get
Let's
in
get
there.
into these
Get
games.
in
Now,
there,
we're going
bro.
to do our locks last. So don't share any of your locks or let us know which ones they are if we're talking here. But we're going to go in order of the way the games are played this weekend. And I'm pumped about every single one of them. They all have great storylines. Texans at Ravens, a young C.J. Stroud balling without Tank Dell, with a defense that wasn't that great this year but is playing well now, against Lamar and the Ravens,
That's
who are
exactly
heavy
right.
favorites at home. A lot of pressure on Lamar. So I want you guys to share your thoughts on the game, and then let me know eventually in your thoughts on whether or not you think there's a lot of pressure on Lamar to win this for his
We're going to
legacy.
do it the right way. We're going to have a vision.
I think,
we're going to stick to that
first
vision,
off,
and we're going to
I
put out a
don't
team
know
that you
if
guys
the
are gonna be proud
Ravens
of on the
have
field.
played
I
a
can't
quarterback
wait.
that's hotter than CJ Stroud is right now. Like, yes, they played Stafford, went to overtime, they won the game on a crazy whatever ending. Like, CJ Stroud's playing at a different level than a lot of these other guys with how he's actually playing. Not statistically, but like the way that he can throw with pressure in his face. And the Ravens get pressure. The Ravens play tough defense. Like, matchup-wise, CJ Stroud, I think, he's up for the task. Is it going to be easy? No. Also, on the flip side, the Texans' defense has been pretty good all year long. The Ravens have to show up, and they should win this game, but this is not a game that I think they want to let the Texans hang around to the fourth quarter. So I'm going to go Ravens, but I'm going to take the Texans spread. I'm going to probably tease it a little bit. And I also think this is massive for Lamar, and I think for the city of Baltimore, this very much feels like what the Cowboys needed to happen. But I think the Ravens are going to do it.
You do. So, would you be surprised? Like, give me a scale of 1 to 10, Kurt. How surprised you'd be if it's a 33-13 type game, Ravens win?
I would not be surprised.
You wouldn't be?
No. This is either going to be the Ravens handle business the entire way and just clearly outmatch them, or the Texans win barely. I don't think there's going to be a situation where the Ravens barely win.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking for.
Dude, I had the Texans dominating the Browns. They're probably one of my most watched AFC teams all year was the Texans, because I took Stroud a lot. At the beginning of the year, I did a lot of FanDuel, and I picked him as a lot as my MVP, and he won me some money, and I loved him. So I just always kept picking Stroud. I always kept watching him. Even without Tank Dell, he's dominating. Nico Collins has ascended, in my opinion, as top 5 wide receiver in the NFL right now, or top 5 wide receiver at least in the postseason. He's incredible. He's insanely fast. He's got amazing hands. And I mean, dude, they put up 45 points, right? 45 points against the Browns, one of the best defenses in the NFL. Dude, I don't think they care. When I look at the Texans, I look at Green Bay. I look at a team that has literally nothing to lose. They are going to go crazy this game. They're gonna be throwing the ball. They're gonna just try to launch it to Nico Collins several times throughout the game. Like, will the Ravens be ready for it? Singletary's been doing really well also, and Stroud actually started running the ball a lot more too in the Browns game, which he doesn't usually run a lot. He was doing I think he's ascending at the perfect time. I think the Texans are ascending at the perfect time. I like the Texans, straight up.
To win.
I like the Texans to
I
win.
can see it.
I think that, and we talk about Baltimore having that week of rest, right, where they haven't played now. So now it'll be 2 weeks since they played. Technically 3 weeks, right, since they've sat all their guys on the last week. They had a bye, and now it's this game.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I think you're gonna potentially run into Houston coming in hot, and this is my same with the Niners, by the way. Houston's coming in hot. They're coming in prepared. They're coming in like battled and bruised, but ready. You know what I mean?
Yep.
With nothing to lose. And you have Baltimore, who's going to be coming in cold, right? How hard have they been practicing these last couple of weeks, or how much have they been resting? Can they come out and Lamar just sling it and dominate like they haven't skipped a beat? I don't know. I like Stroud here, dude.
Tyler, does this change your mind?
Tell me.
27 degrees is the high of the day with 15-mile-an-hour winds.
No, I don't. It doesn't change. I don't think
Tyler.
weather will. Come on,
Tyler.
dude. What?
Let me just. I just gotta speak sense into you. You're normally look the weather.
I like the weather, dude. But hear me out. It's the Texans, man. They've been dominating.
Lamar can run for 100 yards.
Stroud can also run when he needs to. Will he be all right? That is makes
Come
me
on
a little.
now.
It
All right,
makes
I would
me
take
nervous.
I would take the Texans spread then instead.
There we go. Let's see. Okay, let's walk.
If the weather's going to be that cold and the
But
wind's
you're
going to
not
be that crazy.
I'm fine if you want to pick the Texans. I really am.
So-
I just wanted you to have that, to know that, and to say that basically, in my mind, you think that the Texans defense has to ball out so well that that Lamar loses the game for the Ravens, or that Stroud is going to run a ton, because throwing the ball in that cold 15-mile-an-hour winds, like Lamar could win that game without throwing for more than 50 yards.
Hear me out.
His other receiver just put on IR, by the way.
Who?
Brown.
Yeah, Noah Brown.
Oh. Well, listen. Baltimore's offense isn't that difficult. Contain Lamar Jackson. What do you do with it? Listen, hear me out. The Texas defense is good, by the way.
They're playing
They
well.
are.
They're playing
They
well.
are.
When we messed up against Baltimore, I'm trolling, by the way, like a little bit. But when we went against Baltimore, Aiden, our entire defensive line pinned their ears back the entire game. We did not collapse the pocket on Lamar one time. Aiden Hutchinson did his spin move and tried to get outside like 40 times. And what did Lamar do? He just ran right up the massive hole.
Fred Flintstone.
Dude, Fred Flintstone, literally, dude, he just went and he just ran right up the middle for 20 yards. Like, you collapse the pocket on Lamar, you take away that, and they become an incredibly manageable offense, in my opinion. And I think that.
All right, are you picking the Texans or not to win?
I'm picking the Texans. I'm picking the Texans to win, but like I'll take, if you're trying to bet on them, I'll take the spread. Give me like the plus 10.5.
Right.
I like a plus 10.5.
All right, I
like
it.
that
I love
too.
the boldness, bro. We all laughed at you when you picked when you picked the Packers straight up.
I
we all
picked the
thought they
Packers
could
to-
win. No, we all
I
thought they
picked
could
the
win, but he
Packers
went all
to
in.
shit
He
on
went all
Dallas.
in. That was nuts.
I
We were
did.
all kind of like, whoa.
Wow.
That
I
was
loved
awesome.
it. Every second of it.
That
I was hot
awesome.
and bothered.
All right, Chris.
I think Baltimore wins this game.
You can tease spreads,
Okay.
Avocado.
All right, let me give you some of Stroud's.
Baltimore is going to trash
some of
dog
Stroud's
on
away games
Houston,
this year.
Texas. Yeah.
Lost to the New York Jets 30-6. He had 10 for 23, 91 yards. Lost to Carolina. Carolina's only win. Oh, no, wait, they had two. Lost to Carolina 15-13. He only threw for 130 yards against Carolina's defense. Okay? Lost to Atlanta away, and then the very first away game that this young man ever played, he lost in Baltimore. All right? 25-9. And Baltimore is way hotter now. And you know what? So is Houston. But give me Baltimore at home. Like, by a touchdown. I don't hate Texans plus 9.5, but I don't think that Baltimore's ever, like, you know, unless the Texans receive and score on the first drive, I think Baltimore's gonna take care of it.
Have you guys ever been to a Baltimore Ravens game in M&T Bank Stadium?
No.
They're one of like the sneaky, like savage fan bases out there. Like they love that shit. They love them. They love the Orioles.
Yeah,
like
they're
the
nuts.
Baltimore fan base is like they're kind of like that. And I just think this game is like they've been waiting for this for 2 weeks. You got to think, Baltimore. They had a home game that they just lost because they didn't play their starters.
Yep.
They had a bye week. This city is fiending for meaningful football, much like the Detroit Lions were for their home game. So That's what I'll be looking out for.
I want the Texans to win this game so bad. Like, so bad. Because right now, like Chris said earlier in the show, we've won a playoff game. We won our home playoff game. Now we get the Bucks. Like, I don't want to sleep on the Bucks. We'll talk about that game in a second. But, like, we are a Bucks win away from the NFC Championship game, which means if that happens, we are one win away from the Super Bowl. So it's time to stop saying the Lions don't have a chance to make the Super Bowl. They have a chance. And if they have a chance, I don't want them to play the Ravens. I want them to play anyone else. And so if the Texans can get them out now, that'd be awesome. I'll be cheering so hard for Houston. I picked him to win more than 8 games. Kurt's still going to be jumping through a table soon. But this is where...
Wait a minute, hear me out.
What?
What if it's Packers and Lions in the NFC Championship game? We gotta all go, and that's where the table happens.
That'd be sick.
Is that where the table jump happens?
I would have to get tickets like the second that game.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Because it's gonna be that's gonna be $1,000 a seat after 2 hours.
Now we would
Just hit a parlay, Chris.
Yeah, we have context here, bro. We'd get face value.
Dude, I want you guys to know that Colorado State is about to lose to the Air Force.
Ooh, I almost bet on that.
I want you to know.
That's
I want
crazy.
you to know.
It's also
I
gonna
have
cost me
Air
$1,000.
Force. I have $2,000 on Air Force plus 180.
Well, you're a psycho. Well, they're up by 4. They're up by 4 with 30 seconds left.
I
And,
had
just
them up
lost
10.
my parlay. That's crazy.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's incredible.
No, dude, don't worry about it, dude. I'm terrible. I guess I'm terrible at taking minus 2,000 odds. And why would I add that in a parlay? I guess. Like, I was like, dude, this will increase my odds by like $200. Like, I'll get an extra $200 from this, like $100. Like, let's do it. Because I had a 10-leg parlay.
By the way, someone says if the Texans beat the Ravens, the Texans beat the Lions. John, that's not how that works.
Dude, Tyler, I love you. I love you because I know exactly that thought process. You're just like, oh, that changed by some significant amount for such an easy pick.
Literally. I was like, dude, that's enough, man. Like, that's enough. Like, let's go for it.
I gotta mute that real quick, chat.
$200. Like, I'll get an extra $200 from this. Like $100. Like, let's do it.
All right.
I want to keep track of like minus 2,000.
I'm so sorry, dude. I didn't even know they were minus 2,000 when I took them.
Yeah.
What better proof that it's not easy?
Dude, all I know is I saw them up by 10 points, and I saw the odds at plus 180, and I was like, give somebody a 10-point
Also,
lead in a game.
Keegan Murray makes one more 3, by the way, and there's an entire quarter left. I win $700.
So you're
Tyler's
back.
sweating. He's up sweating,
You're up.
dude.
I'm sweating a lot of bets right now. I got a lot of. Also, the Suns could come back and win, and that would be great. The Kings, for this other play I have.
That would hurt.
Let's go.
All right,
Why are
Jack.
we so opposite today?
I don't know, man.
I
Oh,
don't
dude,
like
we
this.
talking again. So yeah, give me the Texans, bro.
Yeah, I want to talk football, John.
I know, my bad.
Sorry, Ty got us all distracted, dude.
I did. I'm sorry. We gotta kind of burn through the rest of these, by the way.
Suns too. All right, well, Ty, you just took 5 minutes talking about basketball.
Sorry, dude. That's on me.
All right, give me the Ravens. I think they're gonna win that game, but go Texans. Packers at Niners Saturday night. I don't know if I mentioned it once before. I don't know if Chad like knows this or if you were listening. The Packers are the first 7 seed in the history of 7 seeds in the NFL to advance to win a game in the playoffs. Crazy. They also have more playoff wins in AT&T
Wow.
Stadium
Green Bay
than the
Packers.
Cowboys. I believe. Is that true?
That's wild.
Oh my God.
They have
Yeah,
more, and
no,
I think they
no.
have more.
Yeah.
Yeah. How crazy?
The
is
Packers
that?
have never lost a playoff game in AT&T Stadium.
I should have bet 5,000 on the Packers to win that game.
So
Listen,
my question for you though is, can the Packers become the first 7 seed in the NFL to advance to the NFC Championship game?
yes, I have the Packers. I'm not kidding when I say this. I have the Packers winning this game also. If you want to take the spread too, tease their plus spread as much as you want. Like they're at plus 9.5 right now. You guys can tease it to plus 14.5. Dude,
That's what I have.
listen, man.
Aaron
Look, dude.
Jones.
Look what they just did.
I'm picking the Packers too.
It's not even just Aaron Jones. Just hear me out, dude. You have a hot team, nothing to lose. Green Bay Packers just came in,
Yeah.
whomped Dallas at home,
Womp.
whomped them 28 points. 28 points in the first half. Dominated. They picked Dak off several times, which is what they're going to have to do to beat the Niners too. They're going to have to pick off Purdy. Dude, I think they
feed
can do
it
it,
to
man.
me, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. I think they could do it.
Can I ask you a question before your analysis, Kurt?
Yeah.
Because I saw you tweet a little bit about this. What did you love so much about the Packers' run game in 12 personnel? What was like getting you going there? Like, what were they doing well? I know they're tight
They
end.
were using their shifts and their motions, had good timing, and all of the runs were like Aaron Jones slashing the defense. They weren't running wide zone. They were trying to cut them vertically.
Colorado State just tied it. 64-64, 2 seconds left. I'm so sorry. Keep going.
Oh no!
Oh, Kurt.
Oh,
But my parlay's alive.
We're gonna
As
start
I was
making, we're gonna
saying-
start making a new rule that we're not betting on any games while we're doing this.
Never. But my parlay is still alive now.
And wasn't one of the tight ends blocking it really well?
Kraft's a dog. Musgrave just came back in. He scored a touchdown. Just like the way that their run game was set up, they weren't trying to like run sideways. They were just slashing vertically. Aaron Jones was having good yards after contact, and like they were not shying away from anything. And it set up the deep crossers off of that in the play action game, and that's what I loved about it. Honestly, it was just like they looked fully in sync
If
with
you're
the
watching
entire
that
game
chat,
plan.
please like that.
That's what I liked.
Like the stream.
So, Kurt,
Yes,
who are you taking?
He got
dude. I gotta go with the Packers. I'd be a fool. I'd be a fool to not drink the juice. And I think
I'm drinking the juice. I'm chugging it, dude.
I think like the only thing that scares me is Bosa and Young. Like that's what scares me. But I think they're gonna have the wherewithal to prepare for that in the best way, shape, and form that they can. And I don't think they're gonna let those guys wreck the game.
Let me go use the
mean,
restroom. Chat out. Be right
The
back.
last time that I can remember in recent history that the Packers went to Santa Clara to play against the 49ers, I believe it was either Sunday night or Monday Night Football, and Aaron Rodgers had 40 seconds, no timeouts to get in field goal range. And he ripped two nasty passes to Devontae Adams across the middle of the field, won the game on a Mason Crosby game-winning field goal. And I don't know, man. The magic's still there. The magic is still there. So I think that the Packers are going to win.
all right. Hey, I'm gonna say something right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know who else smacked the Cowboys this year? The San Francisco 49ers, 42-10.
Right. No, which is why I think it's going to be a
All
great
right.
game.
Dude, I will just say this, okay? Because the Packers defense is going to need to do way more against Kyle Shanahan than they had to do against Mike McCarthy. All right, Kyle Shanahan is going to have these boys ready to go. The first scripted 15, dude, oh my God, just the way they get McCaffrey in space, the way they get the Debo in space, it's a completely different animal than the way the Cowboys use their skill players. And so, you know, I think the 49ers win this game by at least 10. Okay, I think the Packers. I think the only way the Packers like love is it's all love.
It is on love.
And because
That's what they do.
Because the 49ers offense is going to score. And
That's what they
so
do.
I
I'm
do.
back.
That's
I'm
all
back.
I'm saying. And
Here's
I
what
like-
the Packers do, and this is why I think they can do
That
it.
is a hard task. There's only one team, like the team I am the most scared of, besides the Ravens, is the 49ers. They are good in like
course.
almost every aspect. They have the most athletic linebackers in the league.
You saying that makes you want the Niners.
Oh my
Makes you want. I want them. Let me.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
I'm just
Ted.
saying.
God. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be like maybe like 34-24.
Dude, I think the Packers, what they're doing better than any team in the NFL right now, statistically, and they have to be top 3, top 5 at this, is taking time off the clock with their drives and scoring, by the way. Not just field goal, like getting in the end zone. 7-minute drives. They receive the ball. It's 7. They're up 7-0 with 6 minutes 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Like, I think that if they're going to win this game, it's gonna be that. And if it's gonna be that, it's gonna be a low-scoring game. If it's gonna be that, it's gonna be a low-scoring game. I think the Packers could win like 24 to like 20, 21, 24, 23, something like that. Say literally same thing like the Rams-Lions game, in my opinion. Like if they're gonna win that game, it's gonna be by a field. It's gonna be that. So
I promise what I'm doing here is I'm not calling the Niners frauds. I promise you that is not what I'm about to say. But I do want to go through some things real quick. October 15th, they lose to the Browns. They lose to the Vikings the week after that. They lose to the Bengals the week after that. They beat the Jaguars. We now know who the Jaguars are.
Frauds.
They beat the Bucks. We know who the Bucks are. They had a great game last week. We all know who the Bucks are. They've won 9-0 against the Panthers in a must-win game. They beat the Seahawks. We know who the Seahawks are now.
Frauds.
They beat the Eagles. We know who the Eagles are now. They beat the
Terrible.
Seahawks again by 12. We know who they are. They gave up 29 points to the Arizona Cardinals. The
Not
Cardinals
as good
defense
as an
is horrible.
offense as the Green Bay Packers.
Not as good. They get smacked by the Ravens. They beat the Commanders. We know who the Commanders are. And they lose to the Rams in a game that really doesn't mean anything. And now they play the Packers. They haven't played a meaningful game. They played one meaningful game in the last 10 weeks.
They've played 2 or 3 good teams all year, if that.
Yeah, and I'm not calling them frauds because I love the coach. I love what Purdy's doing. He's hitting all the weapons. I love it, but I just
Agreed.
after they haven't played a game in 13 days. Give me the Packers to win.
Oh my God, dude.
33 to 20. 33 to 20.
Wow.
Dude, I'm just saying, like, look, should the 49ers win this game? Yes. Does their roster say they should win this game? Yes. Does their scheme say it? Does everything say it? Yes. But I also think they have everything to lose. The Packers are playing with house money.
They have nothing
Packers
to lose,
are like us
dude.
right now, making
I
our
love
parlays,
that.
baby. Like, they have nothing to
play with
lose.
house money,
They're
dude.
young. They don't even know any better. They might walk in there and just start lighting it up. They might. And my biggest thing is, like, where would you rather be in this game? Would you rather be the team with nothing to lose that's also on fire, or the team that hasn't played a meaningful game in months?
And hasn't played in 3 weeks. Like a
13
real
13
game in
yeah,
3
yeah.
weeks.
I'm just
Dude,
saying, human nature.
This guy in my
Chris, I
chat
love
goes,
you.
Packers, someone goes, Gilbach, Packers aren't on fire. Homie, have you not watched? Like, what do you mean?
Their offense is they're a top 5 offense right now in the league.
What do
Brother.
you mean they're not on fire? What, Gilbach, one good game? You're delusional,
And their
man.
defense
I ban you.
and their defense has had 3 straight baller games
Yeah.
as well.
Their defense is playing entirely different schematically. Like, they're not giving up free 8-yard completions on 3rd down.
Yeah.
They're strapping it up. And Jair Alexander's back. And their
And
other
he's
DBs are
balling,
back.
and they're letting him ball. They're letting him play
Yeah.
now. They're letting Jair go cover who he wants to cover. Like,
Let him
they
do what he
don't
wants to
care.
do. He's
They
going to
don't
get you a
care.
pick a game.
Yeah, they're
No.
just like, go play. It's fun, man. They're fun. I can't wait to watch it. And you know what?
Yeah.
This will go viral no matter what. Here, we're gonna get canceled for the horrible takes, or
Yeah,
we're gonna be
absolutely. It's
correct. And
fine.
either way, it's good for us. All right, a couple more, guys. Two more. Here we go, and then we'll do our locks and we're done. I know Ty's sweating some bets here, and that's all good.
No,
it's
I'm not.
also a late
I am
Tuesday.
kind of.
We've got Bucks at Lions.
Give
Can't
me
believe we
Lions
got
by
another home playoff game. How do you see this one going, guys?
Lions by 100.
Lions by 100. That's what Ty
Yeah,
says.
Lions are going to win this game like 27-13.
I really do want our offense to like show up and show out for 4 quarters. That would be great.
30 to 13. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I think I can see this kind of being like a 4-point game, like 30-26, Bucks late score, something like that.
Yeah, I just think we're gonna get after Mayfield, and if we lose this one, guys, I will be very, very upset. To be honest, like because it's a game we should win at home.
Correct.
Go
You're
get the
right.
players ready, and like we have no problem getting up for the big game. Can we get up for the 2:00 game on Sunday against the team we should beat? Like, don't rest on your laurels. I don't think Dan Campbell will let them.
No.
Let's go get them.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think yeah, we just show up, dude. We have to.
All right, dude. Chiefs at Bills. Pat Mahomes gets to play in his very first ever away playoff game.
Yeah,
Bills are
it's
favored
quite
by
simple.
2.5.
It's quite simple, dude. It's quite simple. Give me the Chiefs, dude.
What?
I think that Mahomes does it again.
24
think that-
degrees high, by the way.
What
No
about
snow.
Auto?
Dude, just I don't know, man. Like I think Josh Allen throws a pick here in this game.
16-mile-an-hour wind.
Just give me Mahomes, man. Again, I don't know. Like the Chiefs, and I hate being that guy that's talking about Mahomes. Dude, he's different. Their whole team is different in the postseason. And like the way that they handled Miami, bro, out of nowhere, they're driving the ball. Like they're passing. Kelsey dropped the most balls. Imagine if Kelsey shows up. I'm feeling a little Mahomey right now.
Dude, can I tell you who I have? I need to tell you the first bet I put in this week, Tyler.
Let me hear it, dude.
Bills minus 2.5, $2,400.
Really?
No, Bills minus 2.5. And I'm gonna just say this: what I needed to see out of the Bills were other receivers besides Diggs gonna step up, and Shakir and Hardy
Yeah.
balled out. And I also think that the Bills being willing to run with Josh Allen is gonna be the difference maker in this game because, look, Pat can scramble, he can do all that, but like the designed runs in the cold weather are going to be the difference in, like, you know, third down conversions on 3rd and 4. Like, I just think this matchup is a nightmare. And let's just remember, not long ago did this Chiefs team lose to the Raiders. Like, an ugly game to the Raiders. Like, the Chiefs have had some really ugly games. The Bills have been on fire recently. The Bills are like the AFC version of the Packers, in my opinion. Maybe not as clean, but, like, they're on a roll. And they're playing at home. That stadium's going to be crazy. Mahomes' first ever playoff game on the road.
Dude,
Just saying.
Yeah, this is my game of the week, because both of these teams, like the Chiefs' defense is humming and the Bills' offense is humming. Yeah, I think the Bills win by field goal, and then let's get a score. Give me 27-24 Bills and Josh Allen.
27-24 Bills.
I don't. I'm
And
having
it
a
covers
hard,
for me.
dude. I'm having a hard time making this decision, honestly. Like the Bills won by 3 in Kansas City just a couple of weeks ago. You guys remember
Let's
that
not
game?
forget.
It was
Let's not
crazy.
forget.
Allen threw for 233. Mahomes threw for 271. They both threw a pick. Man, I don't know. I don't like it. I like the Chiefs. Like, what the heck? I hate the Chiefs this year, but they are so good. Give me like 35-31 Bills.
Wow.
35-31, and it's gonna be a high. It's gonna be like it was 2 years ago in the playoffs, where they just trade. They're both just gonna ball out. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait to watch it. Cannot wait. I might live.
Hell
stream it.
yes.
I might be live for it.
Hell yes.
All right, guys,
Wow.
we're almost done here. We gotta go though with our locks.
Yeah, I'm
Our
ready.
locks of the week. So you gotta give me a team and a prop. Are we doing this together right now and making these?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
I got
Let's
it.
be
I got
patient then as we put this in. Let's start with team. I'm going to do 2 separate parlays. Tail at your own risk, ladies and gentlemen. This is not gambling advice. We're going to each pick a lock with a team. It has to be minus or plus 150, or in between there, of course. If you're going to be teasing or anything like that, you can tease. It can be money line, it can be points, and it can be over under. That's it. We'll do props after this. Who wants to go first?
I will. I will.
Please.
Give me the Lions, Detroit, the Lions Tampa game. Give me under. You're gonna tease this up, by the way. Give me under 50.5 at minus 135.
I kind of like over.
You like the over? You like over 50.5 at plus 115?
No, I like over 48.5 at plus or minus 112.
Well, both could be right.
Dude, I know, right? Both could be right, Chris. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I just don't think. I don't think they.
Why tease it for the under if you don't just like the over?
Yeah.
That's a good question, dude. That's a good question.
Or
You
are
know
you just
what?
being safe? Are you just being safe? That's fine if you're
That's
being
me,
safe.
dude. That's me being safe. That's how
It's
I
his
win a
lock.
lot of these. That's how I win a lot of these bets,
lock.
man. Now you're saying. Now you know what? Now you guys are scaring me.
I'm
dude.
not serious. I'm just
saying-
talking.
He's not even going to touch the
No,
game.
man. I don't even want to touch the game anymore, dude. I'm out. I'm done. I'm kidding, dude. Give me a. All right, here's my lock, dude. I'm gonna tease the Chiefs spread. I'm gonna tease the Chiefs spread. Give me the Chiefs at plus 4.5. Minus 150.
Say that one more time.
Chiefs plus 4.5.
Dang.
I don't know, man. I think they're gonna fucking win, dude. That's all I'm saying. I'm
All
sorry
right,
for blaming.
instead of minus 145, so cheese plus 1.5. I'll take it. I'll put it.
You guys don't
All
have
right.
to. You guys don't have to tell
Give
me,
me-
dude.
I'm falling. That's what we do.
Give me Lions Bucks over 48.5.
Okay.
Straight up, baby.
I'm just
Okay.
saying that the Lions. Listen, I'm just saying that the Lions Rams didn't cover at 48.
The Lions
Yeah,
are going to
and
score
I think
a
that
lot.
I think that the Rams offense is about 5 times better than Tampa Bay. Okay, so that's why I went and teased the under on the Tampa Bay Detroit game. That's my
Okay.
reasoning for that. Okay, so I'm just saying if you're crazy if you think Tampa Bay is going to score more than the Rams if we play to the level that we played at, and that's so. I'm just saying.
All right, it's a lock.
Give me the Ravens minus 7.5.
The Ravens minus 7.5.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Ravens are gonna win like 30-3 or 30-10.
Okay.
Oh my God. We're all not on the same page at all
It's
this
a
week.
lock. It's what locks are. That's fine. You can do whatever you want on your own
do the
parlays.
Kurt, do the parlay. Bet like $5.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Here we go.
Chris, Kurt's next.
My lock of the week. Give me Green Bay Packers plus 10.5 for minus 120.
I love that, dude.
Give me that.
We're at plus 950 with these.
Packers plus 9.5.
10.5, John.
Plus 10.5.
Done.
I'm literally just doing a unit on this. I'm not doing anything crazy.
Same.
Okay. One
Colorado's
more time.
up
Plus
by,
10. Dude, Colorado won. I lost my bet, Tyler. You jinxed it, dude.
I didn't jinx that. There's no such thing
Hope
as jinxing.
your parlay picks, dude.
And it should.
Minus 2,000. It was always a lock.
Hold on, hang on, let me check. Clemson is tied. Clemson is also tied to Georgia Tech, 71-71,
God,
3 seconds left. It's going to be back-to-back OTs on two of the highest odds that I should have won.
That's gross.
College
I'm going to
basketball,
throw
baby.
up. I'm going to
Imagine
throw up.
sweating that.
All right, guys.
Why am
Player
I
prop
sweating this?
locks.
Ooh.
Oh man, I love these.
Player prop lock. Each of us share one. We'll parlay it together. Same rules for betting numbers, by the way.
Okay, what's he talking about? They get this on this game.
I got mine.
All right,
What
Chris,
is
share
it?
it.
He has hit this the last ever since he's been healthy. Give me the over on Nico Collins receiving yards.
I like that.
Especially with Noah Brown out. It's 78.5, and he's in the last 2 games he's almost gotten that on one play. So
Respect.
Nico Collins.
over 78.5 receiving.
Overs, okay.
That's mine.
Yeah, I got one.
All right.
Give me Jordan Love. 249 yards, over 249 throwing passing yards against the Niners.
I like that one. Chris, I like yours too.
Done. I added that one. John?
Okay. Give me. One more second. I need to go as receptions, actually. No, I can't. I can't touch that shit. Give me Amon-Ra receiving yards over 89.5.
I love that, bro.
Yep.
I love that. John, by the way, in order for me to do this, you need to pick something from the Chiefs Bills game, please, for me.
Yeah, I can do that. Hold on. Let me. I need you to say that one more time. 12-player total receiving yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown over 89.5.
Yep.
Okay.
Give it to me.
And then Ty, I have to do one from the Chiefs. Bills.
Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills
Not
for
a
me.
problem. I was already looking at that one just now. I have to find what I was seeing earlier.
In my opinion, Josh Allen and or Mahomes over rushing, person, or Rashee Rice receiving.
We don't want to. I want to do one though where we're kind of not cheering against each other. Like Chris picked the.
Who cares, bro?
I care a little bit.
Come on, who cares?
A little bit.
It's. I like Rashee Rice, dude. I might just take it, and no matter what you say.
You do what you want. I'm doing Mahomes over 27.5 rushing yards.
Okay, got it.
That's plus 1,098.
Plus
Wow. I'm putting one unit on this as well.
Same.
Oh man. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm gonna bet a lot. I'm gonna bet a lot this weekend, dude. Oh my God. Also, I bet $125 to win 704. I haven't won an NBA parlay like this in a while. Michael Porter Jr. hit his threes over 2.5 threes. Keegan Murray over 2.5 threes. Kawhi Leonard over 1.5 threes. Let's go. Needed that.
Oilers tied it up, dude, by the way. So I just need the Flames to
that's
tie it up
massive.
here and the Blackhawks to win in overtime. And I hit a $10 to win 508.
Georgia. Okay, listen.
Yeah, dude.
I want to know this statistically, by the way. If Colorado State's going to win, by the way, it's over. How many fucking times have you? I made a 10-leg parlay. The last 2 legs that were minus 2,000 Colorado State to win. Clemson minus 750. They're both in OT.
Dude, it's college basketball, baby.
Yeah,
I love college basketball.
Psycho. I love it too. Is Titus leaving? Is he out?
All right, no, he's talking.
Oh, good night, kiss.
Close the door.
All right, love it. Sweet guys. Hey, well done. Well done on the show. We
Yep.
got a late start. We still made it our 2 hours. I don't know what you guys are doing Sunday night. I'm gonna go live for that game. If the Lions win, at 2 o'clock, I'm going live to do a watch party for the Sunday night game. If you guys want to join me, you're more than welcome to.
Sure, dude.
Which one is the Sunday night?
It's Bills Chiefs.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, that would be electric.
It'd be a lot of fun.
If I'm not doing anything, I'm in.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll let you know, John.
All right.
I'm kind of interested in that too.
All right,
And
we'll
are you talking about Saturday? I will be
No, Sunday
in
night.
Sunday
night.
Sunday night? Yeah, Sunday night.
After the
Sunday night
Lions
I'll be
game.
home. Sunday night I'll be home. Saturday I'm gone. I'm completely gone all day. I'm gone Friday and Saturday. So if you guys need me,
That's a fun way to
All
find
right,
out
love
about
you
Family
guys.
Friday
Boys.
Friday. All right, guys.
love you guys. Bye.
Great show. We'll
See you,
see you
boys.
next time, baby.
That was fun.
Peace,
Hope
guys.
your team
Take
wins,
care,
chat.
everyone.
Boom.
All right, guys. I'll be live tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. I love you. God loves you more. Let's change the world. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m.
Alright, well, chat, that was actually pretty fun. That was fun. If you're watching, you should stay online. I'll be live again in about it's 11:15, so I'll probably get on around 11, back around 11:40 or 12 to stream some solos or something. So I will see you guys later, and not later, but I'll see you in a little bit. Peace out.